stream has been hit, but I'm absolutely not ready at all. I'm gonna go
Oh,
do all the other steps.
Joe, you could have just
I
said,
want
"I'm
to
not ready," and I would have
no,
stopped.
because if the stream doesn't start on time, then people will think we're not here this week since we didn't do HHH. We just like
Honestly,
didn't.
I've been not been great this week doing anything. So, you know.
So yeah, so the people, if they saw that we weren't live at 8:30, they might think we weren't going live at all,
Okay.
rather than we're just wildly unprepared.
I
So I'm
mean,
gonna open up some
honestly, they
chats.
they all always think we're wildly unprepared. That's kind of what we
Yeah,
do here.
yeah. That's true.
Mm.
Oh, that reminds me. Oh yeah, I've got this great email here from my ISP saying they're doing like physical maintenance in the area, replacing equipment, so my internet might cut out. So
Well, if it does, know that I will soldier on for about
okay.
5 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
I am like, yeah,
Okay.
brain
No,
is
it's
not good.
I was up super late last night for the the spaceship, the SLS. This is how tired I am.
The
Oh
big
boy.
old spaceship.
Big old spaceship, but I also had a huge backlog of laundry because we our dryer was broken and my daughter and I finally got the part in the mail yesterday and were able to install it and test it,
Does it
but
work?
it does work.
There we go. Result.
Yeah. Like that's the thing is like, like if the actual motor or something had died, it might have been more of a problem, but the heating element is really does they know that's one of the parts that can break that's very important,
Hmm.
and it's also the air intake, right? So it's like toward
Sure.
the outside, it needs to be, you know,
Easily
um
replaceable.
yeah, easily replaceable, it's easily accessible. So it's like I removed like maybe 6 bolts to get the back panel open, and then there were like 2 or 3 bolts on the heating element itself, as well as 2 wire leads that I just like
Away.
disconnected.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So yeah, okay. So ring camera activate. This is not going to be ready at all. Okay, wow. Yeah.
Thank you, Paleo and Push, for the biddies. It's appreciated. And Glitchy, what is your news? I don't know what your news is. Please tell me your news. Did I watch MCC? I did not watch MCC. I don't have the time to watch MCC.
I watched 300 once. I don't need 4 of them.
Like, honestly, it's like I barely watch any Minecraft videos at all. I'm going to be
Is
honest about it.
I
I
thought the first
try.
MC was for 1100. Wait, what's the MC for? Is it for Minecraft?
Minecraft something or other, I think.
Celebration, probably. It's probably very festive. Minecraft Christmas. No, yeah, not until Advent begins, y'all. Got to use that liturgical calendar. Putting the lit in liturgical with those candles, right? What? They're candles. It's a candle thing. Okay. Thank you for not judging, Cleo. Yeah, this camera is like not optimal. I don't know how it got so suboptimal though. That's the part that really boggles me. I'm boggled, Cleo. Like so many dice with letters on them. I mean, it's gonna be out of focus. What? I don't like that. I would would not have dared somebody to do that. No, but I just turned mine off so I could move the mic stand while I adjust everything. So you might have thought that your mic was dead, but I could
My
hear
mic
you.
is dead. Like, okay, it's just like, blame the cat. Blame the cat.
Yay.
It wasn't picking up on OBS, so
Oh, okay.
you could hear me, but no one else could.
Well, I
That
am
was odd.
I'm a very fortunate soul, Cleo. I'm a very fortunate soul.
I wouldn't go that far, Joe. We both know. We both know.
Yeah, I know. Oh boy.
Canna Russia gifted a sub. Thank you very much. Paleo,
Coffee time.
cheered biddies, push cheered biddies, and we have a hype train. Choo choo. I just thought the headphones I got on Saturday died already. Honestly, like, I'm having technical issues with everything. I need a new computer, I think. So
Yeah, I'm trying to hold out.
So am I.
Point, but yeah.
Yeah. How many weeks is it till Christmas? 4?
That's literally the point of Advent, is to count that down. If we're not in Advent yet, I'm not going to bother.
Okay. Well, I've just got 5 little umbrellas left to do, so.
There you go. Mini Cheese Mouse says, Joe, enjoyed the episode while I was in Starbucks this morning waiting for the shop to open. I was hoping it was up on the TVs in Starbucks, so that's okay. I can accept that you watched it on your phone. That's all right.
You're allowed to.
You're allowed to do that.
39 days. Okay. I'm just thinking, am I going to finish that one before Christmas? Probably not, to be honest.
Have yourself a well-prepared for Christmas. May your plans not go awry.
Honestly, I don't really have plans for Christmas. It's go see my dad and my sister.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, stream probably.
Oh yeah, I am like off the hook for Christmas. Not in like the cool youthful fun way, but in the I told my daughter if I but paid for her to go to this big science camp she wants to go to, which is not cheap. I'm like, this is gonna count as your Christmas and birthday because this is probably 4 times more expensive than what I would have budgeted for each or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I don't have to worry about any shopping at all. I'm done. I'm done. I do still have to pay for the second half of the camp in March because like they make you pay half when you book and then half like 3 months before it starts or whatever. But
yeah.
Yeah, no running around wildly Christmas shopping for me.
I've already got my Christmas shopping, so
Nice.
because literally it's my dad and my sister. I just need to do shopping for my dad's birthday, so yeah.
Oh, I did deliver a birthday present yesterday, Monday. So one of my friends, he's a well-paid professional, so he's very hard to buy anything for.
Yeah, I know.
Because anything he wants, he can just buy for himself.
Yeah, I know.
And so when I was in Rockport, Massachusetts, which is like a tourist town out there, on the Atlantic Ocean, I saw in one of the tourist shops they had a fork with a telescoping handle.
Huh.
And engraved on the side is the Moocher. And so the idea is that you can have a 4-foot telescoping fork if you want, for taking things off other people's plates. And I was just
like, a little odd, but sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I saw that and I was like, this guy has everything he could want. So he's even got like mugs that say "World's Greatest Uncle." So I'm like, well, the only thing left to do is to get him something to help him take food off the plates of his nephews at family dinners. So I'm sure that'll be fun at Thanksgiving for him.
I mean, that's fair. Oh,
but
cold sweats going on. It's not good.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh, did you get one of those Minecraft Burberry bucket hats?
Nope.
Did you see Pearl posted a picture of herself wearing one?
No.
Oh, okay. I spent about 15 minutes trying to recreate that photo with my own bucket hat, which is not a Burberry bucket hat. It's like a random fishing hat that I've had for like 15, 20 years.
I looked at the prices on that Burberry stuff, and one, I didn't quite actually like the Burberry stuff, and two, it's very expensive.
I didn't look at the prices because I assumed I would hate the style, but it turns out it's really hard to take a good, flattering picture in a bucket hat. Like, I don't know what Pearl's secret was, because her photo came out great, and I took like 200. Granted, maybe not 200, but granted, like it was like 2 or 3 a.m. by that point, and I was exhausted working on my video, and there was no natural light in my photo, whereas hers was taken like with a clear, like open window type thing.
Yeah.
But
golden hour is usually the...
yeah, she definitely had the sun on her side. But I'm just like, oh my god, like the photo I ended up posting was just me looking terrible, and I'm like looking at it, and it's like I came into this thinking like I look cute in hats, I could take a picture just like Pearl, and then I came out of it going, I look like a cross between Weird Al and my uncles. Like this is not great.
No. But the point is, Joe, you tried.
I did try.
No, I'm not. Sorry, my brain is not on point today, and my neck is very sore. So, yeah, I don't know why it's very sore, but it is. So, we shall deal with it, and by we I mean like specifically me. I shall deal with it.
I will leave you to it without interfering in your neck problems.
Good, because that would be weird.
Yes.
I mean, we're friends, Joe, but we're not there.
Yeah, well, I'm not like I don't even know what the word for a neck specialist is. I know chiropractors do that sort of thing, but they're not the most reputable.
No, they're not science focused. Let's put it like that. And every time I mention the fact that chiropractor isn't science, somebody goes, "Well, my chiropractor helped me bunches." I'm like, "Good for you." That doesn't make me wrong.
Hypothesis? Did they use the scientific method?
And it's like, just because you did well doesn't mean I'm wrong. I'm not doing oh woes today. I've just told you I'm not well. Sorry, guys.
Winter83 writes in my Discord chat that one of the
later.
Minecraft Burberry sweatshirts is $910 for a sweatshirt.
That's not okay.
I like, wow.
I could buy many sweatshirts. I could buy entire outfits.
When I buy a suit and I spend more than $200, I'm like, and like, so like my pinstripe suit was like, I bought that to go to weddings and funerals and stuff and I think that was like 300 something, maybe 350, but like I needed a nice suit to go to a wedding, and but like $900 for a sweatshirt with Minecraft.
I understand why she bought the bucket hat, to be honest.
Yeah, Winter83 says, I don't know why they did this collaboration. Probably because they want Burberry to do a line of Microsoft Surface tablet cases or something, so they can show that they're cooler than the iPad. But Burberry was like, let us work with Minecraft first, and then we'll see where it goes. That's my guess.
I mean, something like that. It's something to do with money, I'm guessing. Why would they do this? It's like people who grew up with Minecraft are now adults with disposable income. In this economy? No.
This disposable?
That's not disposable income. That's burning income. You sound like my year 3 teacher. Funny you should say that.
Did I kill OBS? I think my camera's all died.
Something's happened. Dun, dun,
Something happened to my compositor, maybe?
Question, can I see through this tape?
Okay, you can hear me, though.
I can hear you.
So...
Yes, I can.
Something really bad happened to my OBS. Like, the image
Like,
froze,
it destroyed
then,
itself, yeah.
Like, it is, like, crashed.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, boy. I'm gonna close the program.
There was an update of OBS recently. Did you apply the update?
Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, I haven't applied the update and I've not crashed. So, you know, take that as it... You're glad you had both streams open. It's appreciated, Blaze. I'm glad you're here. Crystal Feith has resubscribed for 5 months and Psychic Legume has resubscribed for 9 months. Yay, craft stream!
Oh. I'm freaking out because everybody's yelling, "Yay, we're back!"
Is this?
But I haven't restarted the stream yet.
Oh, is this a log of your running?
Like,
yes.
It's like I don't know what y'all are looking at, but that wasn't me yet.
Joe hasn't left on. I mean, to be fair, your people won't know that you're still here on my stream. So, you know, I was going to say...
Twitch, but YouTube is back up. Okay.
Are you even streaming?
I'm transmitting data.
Okay.
I can...
You're gonna have a bad time.
This is one of those things where it's like, if this keeps not working, part of me is like, I just want to go back to bed. But I'm also supposed to do a recording with False in like an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Which is too short to... Well, that's like 10:30. That's 2 hours after we start. I did not think you were going to have 2 hours in you today.
I don't know what I have in me, Joe, at this point, but you're probably right.
Yeah, so I'm just going to... So my plan was to wrap up around 2 hours after our usual start time.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so let's pull up some images here for reference.
Thank you, Chamber Online, for the 7-month resub. It's really appreciated. Wait, is Joe recording with Hermit False or Empire's False?
I don't know.
Whichever False shows up.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get killed either way. So it's...
I mean, yeah, no, that's true. I'm
just glad I got my last episode out last night, because I felt like I was at the point where it's like I've got like 2 hours of usable footage, and I need to just publish something.
I don't have anything. My brain has been an enemy this week to me doing stuff, so I have just completely shut down. Hooray! Yeah. So.
Do they have armor stance on this server?
I know.
No, I said, do they? I don't know.
They do.
That was a question.
They do.
Because, like...
I could do some armor stand stuff.
I was feeling really kind of stifled, or like, I don't... like, man, I want to go back to Hermitcraft. And I was like, you know what is... If I was back at Hermitcraft, what would I be annoyed that I hadn't spent this time doing? What sort of stuff do I want to do more of, but because of my base project, I don't get to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to do more songwriting and poetry writing. So I'm just going to go... Yeah, I basically did a tavern crawl. I went and did some writing in each of the pubs on the different areas, and I wrote cover letters for my resume that were poems or songs for the different emperors or whatever.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and then I was like, and then this will set me up for other stories later.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, so there might be something like, if you're not feeling the Hermit Tower thing, you're not a prisoner.
I know.
I mean, I don't think they built a jail. You should build a jail, and you can be like, I'm building this because irony is a very powerful force in my life, and I know that I'm gonna end up here one way or the other. So it might as well be nice. If I put it in the floor myself, I can make sure there's a tunnel out. Like, just be completely resigned to the fact that, like, I don't know what's going on here, but it's got too many levels of bureaucracy for me. So that means we need a sub-level below the dungeon that only I have access to.
Oh dear.
I smell that government wind a blowing.
My problem with the armor stands on their server is that they don't show armor. Which is like,
oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So they can only hold like blocks.
Yeah, it's either that or I do a sculpture.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I can do. I just don't know what to do a sculpture of.
Let's come back to that in just a second. I just got a tip rolling in from Andrew for 100, which is 10 rows here on the abacus. Boom. I probably could have just turned the whole thing sideways, but that's not as dramatic. So we're going to go ahead. Thank Andrew, who writes, busking in the morning. I don't know if that was the exact tune you intended there, Andrew, but I'm just going to go with it. We're going to go to Edit Transform here in OBS and just start rotating that camera up to 100 degrees angular. Each dollar we receive during this stream will rotate the camera 1 degree. Cool. So yeah, in terms of sculpture, like, because you're basically, you can use like blocks, you can use tools.
You can use blocks and tools, and that's about it.
Yeah, so like you could use a bunch of fishing rods or something to make like the weird arced halo thing that like
I don't know what that is.
Pixel Riffs has like this weird arced halo thing on its on the sculpture of Santa Perla.
All right.
Like you could. So yeah, making people would be hard.
Making people is very difficult. So making monsters, on the other hand.
What if you just go around the caves nearest people's bases and just put monsters in the mouths of the cave and just like, I'm just gonna leave this here for later.
Could be.
Yeah.
Wonder if there's a way to just transparent the armor on the stands. That's the problem. All the armor on Empires is transparent.
Yeah, the resource pack, which is not a mod. People spent weeks yelling at me for not having it in my mods folder. I'm like, I do have it in my mods folder. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, it needs to go in the data pack folder or something. It's like, well, thanks everybody. Thanks. That's good criticism all around. I've really benefited from that. Personal Zombie says Sausage and Joel's armor stand son has armor on somehow. That might have only showed up in my video because I didn't have the resource pack.
Yep. So I guess a rift monster.
Yeah, you can do a rift monster. That won't interfere with anyone's plans.
No, I'm not going to get yelled at for that at all.
I think a series of rift monsters. Just I don't know.
What I can do, I suppose, is I can go and ask if anybody wants a monster. Does anyone have a monster they want created somewhere?
Maybe you could make. You know what? You know what's easier than making a monster is making like half a monster. Maybe you could like make some like half monsters that you mount on the walls of like the Monster Hunter lady's castle or tavern or something.
Possibly, yes.
As like trophies.
Could do. Honestly, I might just find a cave and do a monster at some point, just any cave. And at some point, someone's going to run across it and go, what the hell?
If you want to do it in the secret tunnels beneath the towers or whatever,
Mm.
Isuma has a pretty empty cave in there that he moved a bunch of stuff out of. But like the tunnels are still like people wander around them, going like, "Oh, I wonder what's over here." Ah, like it'd be a good jump scare possibly. Okay. So the blue thing that I'm drawing, this is actually last week's image. We were working on the Pillars of Creation near infrared instrument version.
Thank you, Chamber Online, for the 7 months and Captain Zemo for the 19 months. It's appreciated.
I think today what I want to draw is I want to break down the architecture of Pixel Rift's museum, because I'm supposed to be building a security system for it, and I need to wrap my head around it better. Now, when I launch the Empire's mod pack, the stream might stutter because apparently this hits the CPU to 100% for a second or two.
Mm-hmm.
And also takes a while.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You can make all kinds of monsters, you know, they could be seasonal.
Have I missed?
You could have like an autumnal leaf monster made out of like yellow and orange and red carpets, with like using the carpets as like scales or feathers on some sort of beast. Am I cutting out now?
No. I'm just like, people are saying, "Hi, False," and I'm like, has False arrived? I can't see. What? Eh? Oh, hey.
False says I missed the start of the
custom
convo.
armor is able to be seen. I think that makes sense.
Oh, so the custom armor would be the stuff they added to their own resource pack.
Okay, so that stuff can be seen, right?
But you're gonna be pretty limited then to their like Imperial.
Yeah, and I don't think there's an easy way to get that. So.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm perfectly capable of making things that don't exist, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the real False? Well, she's VIP'd, so I'm assuming it's the real False. And she's also lurking, so let's not draw attention to her that much. So yeah.
We should mention that we are technically in the Hermitcraft Hangout voice chat. So if False does decide to say something that we have to hear, even if we're not reading chat, we are technically able to be yelled at any time.
I'm keeping you company whilst cutting trees. Well, you're always welcome in the voice chat if you want actual company.
Yeah.
But I understand if you don't.
Yeah, that's why we do it in the hangout room. So people can drop in. Sometimes Doc drops in.
You say sometimes like it's been more than once. It's been once.
Has it? I don't know. It was just a really great
times and distances.
Okay, if something happens for a few minutes once, that's kind of like it happening several times. I don't know.
I mean, Joe, I understand that your brain is the way your brain is. That's fine.
Look, not everybody can parse things as well as you can.
I mean, that's true. Yeah. You say that when I've explicitly said my brain is rebelling.
Oh, False sent me a message about recording, and like I saw it like right when I woke up, and I thought she said Friday, and so I was like, oh man, what times am I available on Friday? I sent back my availability. False is like, well, I can't really wait till Friday. I'm looking to record today, and I look, and it's like it totally said today the whole time, but my brain was just like, nope. I read what I want.
You read what you want because you can't do anything else. That's okay, False. You do what you need to do. It's cool. We're all just chilling here anyway.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. So, yeah, if I do a monster, I need to find a place to do a monster that is... Because now you've said it, now I really want to do it. Because I've been... Like, my patrons have done some really cool monsters that I'm going to steal. Which they've already said I can steal. It's fine.
Well, make sure you credit them. Oh,
Oh,
the
I
other
do.
thing
I
is
do.
you also run the risk of somebody being like, "Oh, you don't need to credit me," but the reason they say that is because they actually stole the design but don't want to admit it to you. And
Ah.
so if they're like, "Oh, don't even bother crediting me," then you'll get a message being like, "OMG, you stole from so and so from the Dream SMP server who did this 6 months ago." And then you're like, "Mm,
Well, if that's a problem, it's all documented on my channel, my stream channel, because I've gone through them all. So
yeah."
I don't think my patrons are they're too weird. It's fine.
Nobody would have put these on a YouTube before. They're too strange.
Where's this monster going? I haven't decided yet. I just want to make a monster. So I might ask in Empires if anybody wants a monster built. Because, making a monster is kind of my speciality. Look at Joe.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh.
fault.
Have you no part of me is your fault.
I guarantee somebody will. Okay, cool. Cool. I can do that. I will ask somebody. Thank you, False. I appreciate that. This is like it's all a bit too peoply at the moment, and I'm not in a peoply place.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem that I'm running into is that I have a certain cadence to how I work. Where it's like I'll do some interactions with other hermits and then I'll go and work on like my mega base and then I'll go like every Saturday I'll have 2 hours of just grinding while I read Dracula. And there's nothing to grind on this server because I'm not doing any projects at a scale that need it.
Yeah.
But if I don't get 2 hours of chill time a week, then I get off my creative cycle, right?
Right. No, I
And
understand.
so it's like trying to find it I'm getting a ton of great high intensity footage, but I need the low intensity stuff for contrast. And I just haven't figured that out entirely since I don't really have a place to myself on the server.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. That's I understand. I think I'm just a bit overwhelmed with everything, which is, an entirely me thing and not a and anyone else can help with thing.
I mean, I think the threshold for being overwhelmed here is or I think that the intensity of this crossover is high enough that that's not necessarily a Cleo threshold. Like, there's a lot of people who've just dropped out, like haven't really been doing stuff on the server. And I mean, I've been struggling with it myself. So
Yeah.
um
I just I want to help, it's just my brain is like, but have you tried not?
yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I'm definitely like I'm done helping. Like
I'm not done helping. It's just a case of I'm gonna need people to just smack me and tell me, go and do this thing. Go and do this thing.
I just went and got 4 cats from like 1,000 blocks away.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was like, there's nothing for me to grind on this server. I'm like, I'm just gonna go underwater and fish and feed the cats. And now I've got all these people asking me, Joe, why do you have like 130 cats? And I'm like, I just wanted to swim around, but feel like I wasn't being unproductive. Like, I just needed that time.
Yeah.
And now I have all these cats.
It's a different kind of server. The server is not the problem. I think if I would never be on the server because it's too much. Hermitcraft for me is too much. Let's be honest here. I think if I had my own little thing to be doing, I could be doing that and it would be fine. It's the not having your own project that you're working on is the issue,
It kind of feels like I love...
False says they'll adopt all your cats.
Yeah, thank
and
you,
Lizzie.
and Lizzie. Yeah. Well, you know what it kind of reminds me of though is it kind of reminds me of like when you go on vacation with a bunch of friends
Hmm.
and you don't necessarily have your own space because you're all renting like a big place or whatever.
Yes, yes.
And it's I can kind of tell like my brain is getting overwhelmed in the same ways as when I just don't have my own space to retire to.
Yeah.
Y- Um but I which doesn't mean I don't love going on trips with my friends or that I'm going to stop. But like I just have to be aware that that's something that affects me.
Yeah. And like my like in like my initial reaction to everything is to let's just cause trouble. And
Oh,
then I'm
mine
just
too.
like it's just like, oh, this is a bad place to cause trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I know I'm
Hermits
right there
will
with you on
forgive
it.
me.
I'm like if I'm sure if whatever I do is funny enough, I'll be forgiven. But like it seems like that's definitely not true. And I need to stop trying to tell myself like in the um
Like, I'm quite happy to cause trouble on Hermitcraft, but when I just look up and I think, oh, I could cause some real trouble, and it's like, oh no, that would be that would be disrespectful. So, that's what I need. I need someone on Empires that will cause trouble with me. That's my problem, I think.
well, and that's one of the reasons I've been doing this resume thing because I'm like, if somebody hires me to go
Hmm.
mess with somebody, and I maybe take it too far, that's different from me just randomly lashing out at people because I'm struggling.
Oh, you have false. Send me a
Also,
message,
just an
false.
idea if you want to cause trouble. Ooh,
So
there you
send
go.
me a message, false. I am quite
Um,
like, if you say it's okay, false, then I'm good with it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Well, yeah, I'm hoping
you didn't see anything,
that Joel
chat.
gets back to me about writing somebody a diss track. So I wrote him a kind of a hype song about how great he is that he can sing before his PvP fights.
Oh no.
And I was like, but if you need like a specific diss track where you're really like, cutting into somebody, you know,
Hmm.
targeting their weaknesses, just point me in the right direction. Um, so hire me.
Hi. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, technically, since all of the empires are kind of their own governments, it would be state-sanctioned mischief.
Stage sanction. Uh.
I like that.
Yep. State
That
sanction.
that's
Yep.
that's a good. I've made like 2 lines on this paper, and they were both out of frame. It's fine.
Like, I think we've established that we're just having a meltdown here, Joe. It's fine.
Yeah. This is definitely a.
As streams go, this is just the weirdest.
This is
Oh,
a stream.
this is us just being absolutely exhausted, I think.
Yeah, oh boy, because I was up late editing and watching the rocket launch and doing laundry, and I cleaned my kitchen. Um, but like I was like almost ready for bed when Cub was like, "Okay, we're really out of the woods once they start the translunar insertion in a half hour." And I'm just like,
Oh, I was done, Cub. I was done.
the thing is, I wasn't done. I was looking at it, and it's like there's like coats on a bunch of chairs. It's like, you know, uh, like there's always something to tidy when you're a single parent. Like I'm just like, okay, I just started just walking around the apartment, just like I'm just gonna keep doing like what like this is in the wrong place. Go put it where it goes. This is in the wrong place. Go put it where. Just like wandering around putting things where they go for a half hour. And it's like the place looks way better now. But like, still it's like I maybe should have gotten that sleep.
maybe you should have gone to bed. Yeah, no, I feel.
Yeah. I also want to always make sure when I upload a video that I'm like available to read the comments for the first however long the video is, right? So if it turns, and this was like a 33-minute video too.
Oh
So my
no.
thought is like, okay, if there's a problem in minute 32, no one's going to comment on it in the first 15 minutes, right?
Right.
So, but like once I get past, okay, however long the video is plus 5 minutes, if nobody came in at the end and was like, hey, the entire last segment was muted or something, then I'm in the clear. Callaghan Stoll says, Joe, why did you release your video at like 2 a.m.? Because the SLS had just launched and Cubfan told me I had to wait 35 minutes to go to sleep anyway. And I'm like, I've got a 35-minute video. It's going live because I'll be awake to see those comments like I just described. If I'm up anyway. Well, that's the other thing too, is I figured there's a bunch of other people on Twitter right now who are like, oh man, the SLS just launched, but what am I now? I've got to kill some time until they do the translunar insertion burn, right? And
I'm just gonna smile and nod because I have no blooming idea, Joe. It's fine.
So NASA's like, okay, we're gonna cut back to the command center where we're cutting off people's ties with scissors as a tradition while we wait for this translunar insertion burn. And I'm like, yeah, I think my video, I can't compete with the launch itself, but if they've got like a 35-minute lull on their end, now's a good time to just push this live.
So Cub kept Joe up because he wanted someone to watch the rocket with, is what we're hearing, Joe.
Maybe. We were like in a call together. Incredimike tips 20, who says, I condone and donate toward Empire's mischief. Okay. I will.
I didn't know that was a tradition. Is that okay?
Thank you very much, Incredimike. Rotating another 120 degrees.
Look, here's the thing. Causing mischief is good. But so long as it's state-sanctioned mischief, that's all we need.
State-sanctioned mischief, yeah.
Do you need a saboteur? I'm quite happy being a saboteur.
Yeah, I will load you up with wooden shoes. You can throw them into any sort of gears or cogs.
Have I ever told
that's
you
where the
you're
word
too...
sabotage comes
yeah,
from.
have you ever... Have I ever told you you're too literal?
No.
I'm telling you it now, so you can never say
you
no
told
again.
Me very similar things with very similar wordings, but you never told me that.
You're such a pedant, and I can't. I can't. It's illegal to be like, no.
Incredimike says, wooden shoes, ? Yes, the word sabotage comes from the word sabat, which is the wooden shoes that workers would take off and put into their machines when they wanted to take a break. Basically, they would just be like, yeah, I'm just going to shove this in the gears, and then stuff will stop coming out so that it doesn't look piled up when I get back. But people who run factories really don't like when you shove pieces of wood into the gears of their machines. And so I think they made it some sort of crime.
Shocked. I'm shocked, personally. How dare they make it some kind of crime to cause criminal damage?
If someone wants to shove a shoe into an expensive machine, like... that's between them and God. The state has no role in that.
It's between them and God. They were clogging the machine. I hate you, Cam, so much.
That is also where clogging up comes from.
God dang puns. Little bit less wanted to take a break and a little more fight back against indentured servitude.
Yeah.
And the British was that. Oh, you know what? Like, you can pretty much append pretty much anything to because of the British. And it would pretty much be accurate. So, you know, I assumed that was kind of a given.
Oh, yeah, like curry is an Indian food.
No, Blaze, you can't. Everything is our fault. It's fine. I've accepted this. Why can't you, Joe?
Oh, Cleo, we didn't even get to my big adventure yesterday. Oh,
Hang on.
God.
Ansika cheered 200 British saying, just keep in mind that if there's any mischief on the Empire server, it can be met in kind if there are any visits to Hermitcraft from the Empire's members. Pfft. There's no rift. It's a one-way trip, guys. One way.
So, okay. So you know how I used to do those NASA visits?
Yes.
Where I'd like visit secure facilities and take photos and videos and tweet about them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to do that for a while because of COVID. And I was worried I was getting rusty. And
what about breaking into secure facilities? No. That sort of thing just stays with you.
No, I was invited to the facilities.
Sure. So, invited.
Okay. So what I did, so I saw a tweet from the Nashville Water Company saying that they were providing tours of their treatment plants.
Right.
And so I was just like, oh, that's interesting. I could maybe sign up for that. Like maybe I'll take Corinne and we'll go walk around and I can take some notes or whatever, kind of refresh my NASA skills. It's kind of a similar environment, you know, in that it's like a big industrial space. A lot of noise, a lot of, you know, hey, don't step here, don't touch that type of stuff. You know, where it's a walking tour that they're narrating and asking questions, answering questions, that sort of. And so it turns out it was 18 plus, so I couldn't bring Corinne, and it was also Tuesday at 9 in the morning. So there were only 2 people on the tour.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And I asked them, I was like, so when you schedule these things for Tuesday at 9 a.m., who's your audience for that? Who are you hoping to bring in? You know?
What was their answer, like, Joe?
Well, the water treatment plant tour is really for everyone. But they want to make sure that they invite us at a time that things have been recently cleaned and most of the dangerous stuff is out of the way. And so the plant usually looks the best on Tuesday mornings.
Right.
Because of like the way their maintenance cycle and stuff is. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of washi, I'm going to show the new stuff that I've got. I've got new washi tape. This is Christmas stuff, though. So this is for December. So, you know. Although that might be very useful right now.
Oh, that is a pretty one.
Well, that's little tiny baby ones. I might just steal those for now.
Incredimike says 18 plus and Tuesday at 9 a.m. are 2 requirements you rarely see together. I know. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Well, so one thing, like, I gotta say the coolest scientific thing, though, that I got to observe there was, they don't buy chlorine bleach anymore to chlorinate the water. What they do, because, okay, chlorine, Cleo, I'm sure you know this, but for people in the audience who might not know, chlorine is very dangerous if it's not diluted.
It's not a great thing.
It's hard to transport and it's hard to store. But you don't, when you're driving it around in a truck, you don't want it to be super diluted because then you got to bring 2 or 3 trucks, right? So they ship it in a very high concentration. And if anything happens, people can get really hurt. The gas is really dangerous. The liquid's really dangerous. People can die, yeah. So in 2017, they replaced their chlorine storage and purchasing with salt silos and an electrolysis machine. And they basically just buy a whole bunch of salt and then add it to water to create brine, and then use electrolysis to make they make chlorine that's diluted to exactly the level they need on site. And so they never have any high concentrate chlorine bleach anywhere that could hurt somebody. Like the guy had said, like, yeah, at the levels of dilution we have, even if it got spilled on like somebody's jeans or whatever, as long as they rinsed it off within 5 minutes, there'd be no visible problem.
That's pretty neat.
Which is way better than like, oh, if you get any of this on you, it's real bad.
It's a little bit concerning, yes.
Chloe says, what did they do with all the sodium byproducts? I didn't ask, and I'm not.
It was probably it's probably turned into sodium hydroxide. They just mix it with water, effectively.
I'm not sure. That's the other thing is I'm not sure that
it's the safest way and easiest way, and it's a good, useful byproduct. So that's probably what they do.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure it's actually sodium salt because there's a few types of salt. Technically, anything with chlorine at the end with a certain ionization, I think, is technically a salt.
Well, if it's like just generic regular salt, which is sodium hydroxide, and you know, generic regular salt is very easy to get hold of. It might not be the best chemically, but
the reason I think it's not though is because they said that one of the byproducts is that they end up with extra hydrogen at the end.
That's interesting.
So I don't think it's sodium because then you would get the sodium hydroxide instead of just having spare hydrogen.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah. Next time, so if I go on another one of these tours,
you need to ask.
Yeah, this is one of the things that like I wish I had asked because I was wondering about that. I was like,
because now you've made everyone here wonder about it, Joe. Are you happy? Because we're not.
No.
No. Neck is bad. Is not good. I also want to show people this because, you know, I have a caveat emptor story. So I bought Christmas stickers. And they are stickers. Unfortunately, let me just get a series out. Unfortunately, they are not die cut.
So you gotta get your little knife out.
Yep. That is one sticker. One. I have to cut each of these things out individually. Yep. You cannot peel off this sticker. It's impossible because it's a single sheet. Oh.
Yeah, false symmetry says rip. Yeah, just rip them.
I'm just so annoyed.
You're gonna be on a real tear.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, like I appreciate your puns. I don't, because you're making them at my expense mostly, and also puns are poo. But I'm very unhappy about it because I've brought 3 packets worth. So
yeah, and that's one of those things. Like it's now fine. That you have them, you can't not use them. But
yeah, because that would be incredibly wasteful. So it's just extra work for Christmas. I could decorate an entire page at once. Yeah, but it's not aesthetically pleasing to have a giant sticker like that.
Just slap it on like a street sign or something.
If I get a sticker out, we can show you what that page would look like. Hang on, let's just turn over quickly. It's like it would look like this. Just maybe in the corner. It's like, why would you not make die cut stickers? That looks amazing. Shush, JT. You're not right. You're not right, and you know you're not right. Beautiful. Shush you as well.
It's like the pizza place in Breaking Bad that'll give you a price
I'm
cut
gonna
if you don't want the
cry.
pizza cut.
Ashley.
They charge you an extra 50 cents if you want the pizza cut.
Like, I was looking at multiple sets of stickers, and I chose these because, you know, they were tiny and pretty, and I could put lots of different ones to a page. I didn't realise it was going to be that different, that many to one page. They look like they're meant to be die cut. Did they just forget? No! I've brought 3 different packets. Like, I've brought a yellow, a green, and a blue, and they're all the same. All of them. It's fine.
Ugh.
It's fine. Just
Brianna Horton says, I found a
First
diagram on
world
their
problems.
website. They do use sodium chloride. Okay, well, now we know. Yeah, that's probably true. There probably is like a diagram on their website. On-site hydrochloride generation.
Thank you, chat, for supporting me. I was pretty sure I wasn't wrong, but I appreciate that you looked for us. Being right is the one joy I have. Actually, that's not true. It's one of the few joys I have. Do you have a neighbour, small human, that would work for stickers? I do have neighbours that are children, but their parents and I don't get on. Which is weird because I've helped them break into their house multiple times. It's because I wouldn't fix their fence. They got really annoyed that I'd done up all the fences that I was responsible for, or that my landlord was responsible for, and my landlord would not pay to fix their fence that he is not responsible for.
On their side of the property line.
In the UK, you're responsible for specific fences. So, for example, it's usually if you walk out of your property, it's usually the left-hand fence. Mm-hmm. So the one at the back of my property and on the left was fixed. And the one that they're responsible for was broken down and rubbish and you know. Yeah, they were not happy that I did not fix their fence, despite the fact it's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that really doesn't seem like your job.
Well, when they did get, like, I was in my bedroom, and my window was open, when they called in the people to fix their fence, which had been broken down for over a year. The only time that they decided they would fix it is when I got rid of the fence parts that landed on my property. I didn't even charge them for cleanup, which is fair. But yeah, they were not pleased with me when they were talking to that person. I could hear everything they said. And it was basically, I'm irresponsible. I planted in plants that broke their fence. I will point out that the plants were in there before their fence was in there. So, you know, I kind of think that they could have just said, could you move these plants? And I would have moved the plants. Mm-hmm. So I could send these stickers to Abby as a revenge for the Mary stickers. Look, the 100 Mary stickers, they did a very good Halloween-y October theme. Look. The 100 Mary stickers are a staple of the journal. It's fine. So is there a shared wall? Or is fire... No, there's a shared wall. Yeah.
It's London.
I wouldn't do anything to the children because the children haven't done anything. I mean, they do scream, but they're children. They're allowed to.
Cleo only punishes children who deserve it.
Yeah, and I don't think any child deserves it. So, unless it's Chucky. But I suppose
Is
that's
that
a doll, not a child.
puppet from the movies, or the
Yeah,
Rugrats Chucky?
Yes. Same thing. Why do you think
Okay.
Chucky has red hair in the movie?
Oh, that
Just
makes
saying.
sense.
Just send it to another hermit and make them deal with it. But the only hermit whose address I've got is no one's. Because that's weird. It's just weird. I mean, if I asked to send Joe something, I'm sure Joe would give me their address.
Yeah, probably. Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm gonna send you a surprise, I'd be like, you know what, don't bother.
Please don't. I don't like surprises.
I don't have room for that kind of uncertainty in my life. I'm just gonna go cry.
But I have given out my address to multiple hermits. So, you know, it's not like...
Yeah, like...
I've given my address to
one of those keyboards
Corrales
from
and
Corrales?
Grian. So, you know, it's fine.
Oh, man. I love that Grian still has all of our hats.
No Hermitcraft Secret Santa. No, the only Hermitcraft Secret Santa happens online ever. So, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Impulse was talking about sending Grian a Go LXR for Christmas. Like I say, if we have something that we want to send, I'm pretty sure most of the hermits are just like, okay then. Except for Joe, obviously. Joe doesn't need the stress. But, you know, one day when Cleo...
No, I mean, I gave Corrales my address.
I'm never going to win MCC because I'm not going to go... Like, one, Blaze, I'm not in MCC to start with. And two, have you seen my... any skill?
Oh, wait,
I have zero skill.
My address?
The only thing that I could have a possibility of winning would be an armor stand competition. That's it. I am not in the high... I am not in the higher up echelons.
Uh-oh. I'm not sure I did give Corrales my address. I think I just told him which thing I wanted, and then he's got like 3 apartments ago. Let me go check my emails.
I said no. I didn't give Corrales my address for this latest thing that he wants to send because my keyboard setup is poor. Don't bug Scott about... Because I don't... Okay, do not try and obligate Scott to get me into MCC. 1, because I don't want to do it. Yeah. Okay? Because it's not my thing. I am not competitive. And 2, don't put that on Scott. Scott knows what I'm like. We did a whole competition together. We don't... He doesn't need to come to me and say, do you want to be an MCC? And me going, no. Don't do that to either of us. Don't do that to either of us.
I really like the challenge of playing Minecraft with a keyboard without an F3 button. That's the number one thing I'm excited about Corrales sending me a keyboard with no function keys. So that when people are like, Joe, press F3 and B. Like, I really want to just start banning people for that. Because it's always when I'm already stressed out and like 800 people are yelling it at me. And I'm like, that's not a fun way to play a video game. Like...
It's reasons like this when people say to me, I'm banned in Joe's stream. I just go, yeah. And I don't ban them immediately. If it was like anyone else's stream, I would go, oh, you're banned immediately. No.
Yeah, if somebody got banned in if somebody comes in and it's like, I just got banned in Jevin's stream, I'm like, gone.
Immediately gone. If somebody says, I just got banned in Joe's stream, no, I can't do that because they might have just said, have you tried F3 and B when you're annoyed?
Yeah. Oh.
You might get a timeout if you say I've been banned. That's about it. I can't find the end to this. I'm gonna have to break it. Okay, I make my own. I make my own end. which was apparently the right decision. Weird.
You make your own end, like
On the washi tape, Joe.
yeah.
But I think everybody also
you're
makes
not,
their own end.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not like creating your own end dimension or finding
I could
a
definitely.
way to determine how you'll die.
Joe,
These
it's
are
a
great.
little dark. I know we're a little dark today, but it's a bit dark.
Well, no, but like, I mean, but that's the thing is though, it doesn't have to be necessarily like but like, there's kind of a thing here where it's just like, you know, if somebody's threatening you, like, you know, you can just be like, I'll find my own end, like.
Thank you,
Like
Greegypt, for
it's not
resubbing
saying
for 4
that you're
months.
seeking it. It's that
Joe,
you'll discover it on your own.
Could you not?
Okay.
Could we not? Thank you. It's appreciated. Oh dear. Okay, I like the skinny washi tapes. I don't know if there are any like skinny washi tape places on Amazon, but I am going to have to find more skinny washi tape. I'm not even asking why you're giggling at this point. It's just I know.
You said, like, because I don't know. Like, I mean, I haven't like canoed the entire Amazon, but like, I don't know that there's a ton of like little washi tape stands along it.
There might be more on Etsy. Thank you, Sam, for the actual responsible and respectful answer instead of Joe just cackling in the background.
Well, I've played Amazon Trail, and like there were a lot of birds, but like no, there were not a lot of shops, and I don't remember any of the shops selling tape. Also, Amazon Trail is way, way, way better than you would think it should be.
I don't know. I played Oregon Trail on Monday instead of doing HHH.
Was that your first time playing it, or were you revisiting?
Oh, well, no. It's the re-release that got released on Monday.
Oregon Trail?
They did a graphics update and a game update, and it's basically Oregon Trail. But I didn't die of dysentery, which is weird.
Oh no.
I know, it's very sad. It also took me 4 hours, and I'm not finished yet. Considering the original took 20 minutes to play. You managed to watch half of the musical. I'm sorry, JT. Friendship Bracelet has resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you very much. Oh. No one died yet, not even the oxen. No, I did play a secondary game. And
what's a secondary game?
Oh, it's just like I played the one that I did on stream, and then I started playing a different one, and I had my oxen die immediately. So, you know, and someone walked out of Independence and they broke their leg. It was a very different game. So I am genuinely just lucky on my stream game. So it's a little nice compared to the original. It's not. It's just I got very, very lucky.
I really liked the there's a zombie game called Oregon Trail.
Yeah, Oregon Trail is much closer to the original Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I really like that one. Challenging though.
NJ, it's almost a rite of passage when we were kids to die of dysentery. What, you personally, NJ?
Well, they really need better water treatment up there.
I mean, you look pretty... Well, I was going to say you look pretty good for a corpse. But you sound pretty good for a corpse. I mean, I'm not one to talk about that, but, you know. It's fine.
You just let it happen.
Just let it happen. You doing all right, Joe?
Like my eyes hurt.
My eyes hurt. My soul hurts.
I'm like my eyes hurt level of tired. I was I keep blinking and thinking that will help.
Ah, you see, that's where you're in the wrong there. You shouldn't think that things are going to get better if you blink. Things are only going to get better if you fall asleep, Joe.
I know.
Oh, you bitch. Yeah, this is like saving stuff. Because I'm trying to get a house I'm going to start looking in April, I think. After like all my taxes have come back, so maybe May. I'm very interested in savings at the moment. Dying of dysentery IRL was a skill issue. You didn't see the natives doing that. The natives didn't drink from muddy puddles. April is your birth month, which means that's good luck. No. That's tax month, Sam. That's tax month.
Hufflepuff Cookie says, "What are you drawing, Joe?" I'm drawing detail sketches of different parts of Pixel Rift's museum. I've been hired to work security there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'm trying to familiarize myself with the entrances and the exits, sketching them out to get them in my head in the right way. Apparently he's had a few break-ins.
I am not surprised by this at all.
He doesn't have a door, for one thing. I'm like, what do you do to keep creepers out? And he's just like, I don't. And I'm like, okay. So that might be something I'm going to revisit. Luckily, I have a few cats. And he's just like, don't bring all the cats. I was like, not all of them.
Just enough so that you understand the problem.
Yeah, but like, I was just like, I could put a few cats outside the door so creepers that spawn outside the museum don't walk inside. Like, that seems helpful.
Joe can have a little heist as a treat. Or as a threat, as it was written there.
Joe can have a little heist as a threat is way better.
It is.
Don't threaten me with a good heist.
Ah, dear.
Yeah. So I'm looking at I'm flying around in replay mod looking at the ceiling here, and it seems like you could put a security door of sand on pistons, like a piston tape type thing.
Hmm.
I'm just not sure exactly how tall would that need to be. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 5 blocks tall. Okay, cool. There's nothing of value underneath here.
Are you in Minecraft right now?
I've got replay mod open, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm drawing the things I'm looking at.
Ah, fair enough.
Like I'm trying to get a sense of his aesthetic so that any security modifications I make don't just look like pasted on.
Fair.
It's like I use the good glue.
Camronj says emote only.
Well, emote only, guys. Throw some hands for me. I would appreciate it. Mostly because I like the emotes.
Do people pay to activate emote only mode? Is that like one of your...
It's one of my cards.
Ah.
It's just a nice way to get audience engagement.
Awkward One says, is Joe a secret pop star? Nothing secret about it, baby.
Joe has records.
Yeah, I've got 2 records. Yeah.
You know, it's not a secret.
Yeah. It's on my resume. Ollie was like, well, you got 2 albums. I don't have 2 albums. I don't know why Ollie talks like this. I can't do his voice. I can do that kind of that. No, that's not the noise at all. What's that noise Ollie makes? It's like... like that or something almost.
No.
But he when he's like trying not to laugh, he'll be like, I can't do it.
What the heck?
No, No, he does this noise. Have you not noticed that?
No.
When he, like usually the first thing, yeah, he makes like this weird like squelching a laugh noise. That's like, it's like it's like a Ducktales noise. I think that might be it. Well, a bunch of people in my chat are like, so true. I know exactly what you mean. That is the noise.
I will be on the lookout the next time I speak to Ollie.
Yeah, if you notice somebody invisible nearby and you hear a noise, it's Ollie.
Okay.
Commander Wiggins says in your chat that's generally how he sounds. Hedge Knight says it is his laugh. Waterfall says it's very cute. It's like a giggle. Yeah. See, I'm not making that up.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't think you were making it up. I just think the noise that you made was not a nice noise.
Oh.
Doesn't sound like a giggle.
It's in the cheek. It's like a smiling, like exhaling so you don't burst out laughing noise.
Okay, I guess. Joe is in replay. He actually is the security camera.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching footage of myself. So at least I know I'm not stealing anything. Except ideas.
Except ideas.
The most valuable thing in any museum is knowledge.
I'm not sure why the Satan voice was necessary, but sure. You know when you close your mouth to stop a laugh and air sprays out? Somehow Ollie makes it work. Oh, I'm sure Ollie makes it work. I'm not sure Joe makes it work.
It's fine.
I mean, you did sound like a demon, Joe, so, you know, it's not on me.
No, that's fine, yeah. Cleo doesn't make demons.
I never said that.
Unless somebody needs one for the base.
If somebody wants a demon, you can have a demon.
Somebody wants a... Yeah, we can start drawing circles, don't worry.
What notebook do you use to boot Joe in? I get this every week, so this is going to be quick. This one is my current one. This is an Otagami. This is my new one for the new year. This is Scribble and Dot. I think if I was to go again, I'd go back to the Otagami.
So for my notebook, for my I'm gonna put my notebook out here. It's my desalinization, or not desalinization, water treatment plant notes. I've got like a bunch of random notes there. I think this one, I can't remember if this is one of the waterproof ones or not. I think this was another one. Do I have any water I could pour? I could pour coffee on it. I'm like 90% sure this is one of the waterproof ones. It feels like, I think this is Tyvek. Yeah, this is the Tyvek one. So Tyvek is like the same like plastic they put on houses when they're like over the wood when they're working on them.
Okay.
And it's like the thing is you can't use ink on this kind of paper unless it's like a special waterproof ink. Like most ink won't bond to this paper, so you have to use pencil. But like this is what I would take like when I take my kids swimming, if I'm like hanging out in the pool thinking about poetry ideas and stuff. This is like the sort of notebook I would use for that. Because it can get wet. Because I was like going into the water treatment plant, there might be water.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I was just like, I'm assuming that there's not just water like spraying everywhere like Niagara Falls.
There is not, because that would be kind of dangerous.
It would be, but at the same time, I'm like, it was also raining that day, and part of the tour was outdoors. So I was like, I'm gonna get rained on, and I want to be able to take notes. So
Like,
I took a
I had to
waterproof
go
note.
to a water treatment plant as part of my degree.
Hmm.
So, you know, the fact that you get to go on your own feels a bit weird to me, but sure.
Well, Cleo, in fairness, it was a public tour, so I didn't get to we didn't get to go inside the lab itself where they do the testing because of COVID concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Like we couldn't go in the testing lab or any of the like more confined spaces. Um, we did get to see the electrolysis room though. That was cool.
When you say water treatment,
Uh-huh.
are you talking about from houses or from the ocean or
From the river.
Ah, I went to a very different kind.
You went to maybe a sewage treatment plant.
I went to both
Yeah.
because, you know, you have to know about water treatment when you're doing geology stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know which one I preferred to go to.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Would I go again on my own? No. But I've had that experience. Why wouldn't I? Oh,
But yeah, they explicitly told me, hey, if you come to a tour of one of our other facilities, bring a friend next time. And I'm like, I didn't say this, but I texted so many people as soon as I saw that tweet go up. I was like, hey, are you free Tuesday the 15th at 9 a.m.? They're doing a tour of the water treatment plant. And like, everybody's just like, what? And I'm just like, you know, well, so like I said, I wanted to go because I wanted to practice my note taking for when I visit NASA facilities. But at the same time, like they're like super strict because it's a, you know, water treatment plant. And so it's like you can't bring any cameras or phones or anything, right? So which is one of the other reasons. It's just like, okay, there's a great chance to practice my note taking because everything I do has to be written down.
mm-hmm.
But but I was just like thinking, I was like, I'd feel really a lot better if at least one other person I knew was there walking into like
I mean,
there's
walking into a government facility. It's probably not government, is it? It's probably privatized.
it's city government.
Okay.
But still it's one of
And
those things
taking notes.
where like anything I'm walking into where they're like you can't have your phone or any cameras or whatever. I'm like I'd feel better if I knew at least one other person here, right?
Oh, yeah, they're absolutely going to kill you and take your bones.
Well, so you know what it reminded me of is there's Cleo, you haven't watched The Wire, right?
I have not.
Okay. So there's this one character who is a snitch for the police who is a drug addict who lives on the streets and he's constantly like stealing metal and stuff to sell so he can buy drugs. And that's the other reason he works for the police is if he gives them like the names of the drug dealers that piss him off, then they'll give him like $20 and he can use that to buy drugs. So at one point the police ask him to try and find a stick-up boy, which is somebody who robs drug dealers because they need that guy to testify in court about something. They're not like looking for him because he robs people. They're looking for him because he witnessed a murder and but they don't have like a phone number for him. So they send this snitch out to find this stick-up boy, and the snitch is asking around and he can't find the guy or whatever. And so then he's walking home late at night and he sees this radiator out in the middle of the street, like waiting for the trash to get collected. And he says to the other like drug addict with him, he's like, "Boy, look at that! Look at that! That's at least $25 right there. That radiator. Come on!" And like they're like trying to lift this really heavy radiator, and it was an ambush from the stick-up boy who was like, "Hey, you're looking for me? What's up?" And I'm looking at that tweet that's like 9 a.m. water treatment plant tour. And I'm like, if you were trying to figure out a way to isolate me without communication device, this is the radiator in the middle of the street. This is
I did wonder where that was going, but I appreciate.
This is because it's the sort of thing where you could leave that radiator out in the street and almost nobody else would care, right?
Yeah, right.
But you know that this one drug addict who loves selling scrap metal, he's gonna see that and he's gonna stop and he's gonna try and lift it and be like, "Is there a cart or is there? We got to find something to get this into." Oh man, this is, and he's not paying attention to anything around him.
Oh dear God. The fact that your radiator in the middle of the road is a water treatment plant.
Well, but it's not necessarily. It wouldn't only be a water treatment plant, but like that's the sort of thing where, like, it's an interesting, because like I do those NASA tours and I do these facility visits and stuff, and like I was just like, if you were trying to figure out a way to get me to put my phone more, like my phone is never more than like, I don't know, the size of my apartment away from me normally, right?
Right.
Shellcat says nerd sniping. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chloe the Great and Powerful says, "I love the idea that some agency has you pegged as a water treatment enthusiast." Yeah. You never know.
We know, Joe. We know.
But that's the thing, is I'm just looking at this and I'm like, this is such a weird thing at such a weird time, but it's a time I'm available. So what? I guess I should just do it.
If you don't, Joe, who will?
Exactly.
Mine would be Exhibition of Home Computing Systems from 1970 to 1982. It's very specific.
Well, yeah. Well, there's also this great thing in What We Do in the Shadows, where the familiar for one of the vampires is trying to find like loners who won't be missed,
Right.
to feed to his master, right? And so he's tries going to all of these like weird clubs and events and stuff like that. Like, it's like, wow, who would be a mosquito enthusiast? Okay, we're definitely gonna, have some targets there, But the mosquito enthusiast club actually ends up being a front for a group of vampire hunters. So that's the other thing, is anytime I see something where I'm like, I don't think anyone would actually go to this, I wonder, is this, what is this actually? Like, is this actually what it claims to be?
I'm
right?
Concerned.
Yeah, there was not a vampire hunting group at the water treatment plant tour. But
wasn't.
It was legitimately a really good tour. I had a lot of fun.
Yes, Joe. I know. I know you did. And that's good.
Yeah.
That pen's awful. Oh no. It's better now.
Diamond Trash Bag in your chat writes, "Just got here. I thought the text said savage, and it was full of plans for prank wars with Jeff."
I don't need plans to prank Jevin. I just take whatever Jev does and do it back harder.
Yay.
That's just how it works. Like, honestly, if Jeff stopped, I would stop. I have no problems with stopping. But I'm not going to let Jev get the last word.
Yeah, you don't let me get the last word.
No. Although that's much more difficult.
Yes.
It is. Because you don't realise you're doing it.
I'm trying very hard not to talk, and I'm not good at it.
I know. That makes it funnier.
I thought about just ending the stream, like letting you be like let you say something, and then I just disconnect. Oh, Cleo, I did have this fun idea. If I fly somewhere with all the cats following me, and then I touch the ground, they'll teleport to me, right?
Right.
But if I land anywhere else on the server, they'll teleport to me again. But what if I start flying up to people when they're streaming? Like, because I can stream snipe where they are, with the cats following me. Like, I fly in invisible, hit the ground, and disconnect, and there's just a million cats.
Do it. Do it. I need you to do it. It's the law now.
Okay. Well, people
Only
on
if
this
you're
server are huge about the law. They love the law here. There's a lawman and everything.
Yeah, but it's Jimmy.
Black Pearl says, Joe, this is why you're the enemy of the state.
Oh, yeah, I did make you enemy of the state, didn't I?
Wait, Vin Shoken says when you disconnect, they all sit. Wait, do they sit when I disconnect? I thought they would keep wandering around. Do cats only... The point of disconnecting was so that the cats would keep walking around looking at stuff. In that case, I need to keep flying around invisibly without touching the ground, because I want the cats to be exploring and stuff. Wait, there's an invisible wings on this server?
There are.
Estragon, is there a quest to get the invisible wings? Cleo, I think we have something to do now.
No. I'm pretty sure it's... I'm pretty sure it's Fwip you need to speak to.
Okay. Vin Shoken says Ollie has invisible wings. But are they from Fwip or are they from Ollie?
I know Fwip has Inviswings. I don't know if Ollie does. Ollie has them. Then why can't I see Fwip's wings when Fwip flies?
So Fwip supposedly uses his ears to fly.
Ah.
So he doesn't have an elytra. Interesting. They're from Shelby. Shelby gave them to Fwip. See, this is why we do the streams. This is the best way to learn this stuff. There's layers and layers here that we're getting. Shovel has invisible wings. Fwip got them from her. Okay. Shovel and Shelby are the same person, I learned.
They are.
See, this is the sort of thing, too, where people are, like, talking about all this stuff, and it's like, okay, apparently Jimmy is the same person as Solidarity.
Yes. And also the same person as Timmy.
And also the same person as Timmy. Fail Whip is the same person as Fwip. Lizzie
is LD Shadow Lady.
Is LD Shadow Lady. Okay. But then there's also like a Catherine Elizabeth?
Yes.
Who's the same as Catherine.
Who is Catherine,
but not Lizzie.
No.
Like apparently S Major is Scott Major.
Is Scott, yeah. Also known as Dang That's a Long Name, which is their YouTube channel.
Is that the same person? I thought that was a different person. Oh my god, Xavier. I'm glad we're having this talk.
And Joel is Smallish Beans.
Yeah, Joel is Smallish Beans. So like there's Oh my gosh, it's really hard to keep track of everybody.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I've had a crash course in this already, so I understand what you're going through, Joe.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons I kind of tried to ease my audience into like meeting all the different empires people,
Mm-hmm.
because like if I can't keep up, I don't expect them to.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
So yeah, like
And I don't want people to feel like they're stupid for not knowing the stuff that I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I've had like a lot of the empire. I've already had interactions with a lot of the empires. Although, like last Friday was the first time I met Fwip and Ollie ever.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's not just you. B00 is also B-dubs. I went through all of this with the license. I did.
Corrales is also B-Rallis.
Corrales is also
X.
Papa K.
Yeah, Corrales is also Papa K. iJevin is also Jev.
Izuma is also Shishwami. An X.
Joe Hills is also Joe.
I mean, we do it too. Just
to some degree. Yeah, Cleo is Zombie Cleo.
like I have another community that I'm kind of part of. Mm-hmm. And like they stream on YouTube, and it's really weird being verified on YouTube and going to another person's stream because your name is blooming highlighted, and it's just sort of like, and then people ask, and it's like, this is not about me. Please stop talking about me. Just talk about the person that you're here for. Because it's a complete, it's not even like Minecraft or computer game related. So it's just sort of like, it just makes it feel awkward. And then the person who I go see, I checked out some of your videos. I'm like, oh God, that's not why I'm here. But they also call me Zombie, so you know.
Well, it's funny because I've started having people I've met in real life recognize me in streams now.
Oh.
So like the other day I raided a pinball tournament, and one of the people in there is just like, wait, are you the same Joe Hills I played against in the tournament last week in Nashville? I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, cool. Weird.
Yeah. Most of the permits are referred to as by shortened versions of their usernames, whereas a lot of empires aren't. Yeah, that's true. That's why I won't call you out when you or anyone else lurks. Well, for me, it's like I want to be part of that community, so talking is important. But it's just, why does your name look like so different to everyone else's? I'm like, it's just unverified. It's not a big deal. And then the streamer goes, no, it is a really big deal. No, it's not. Please stop.
I mean, you did a whole process to get verified, though, didn't you?
I did. I didn't realize it would be shown to everybody. I didn't realize, and I didn't realize that YouTube would actually become like semi-viable as a streaming platform for other people. So, you know. It also helps with the impersonation issue.
Yeah.
Time for a second account.
Yeah.
I do have a second account I could use.
The problem I run into, I've thought about creating more second accounts for stuff like that. But what I run into is I've already got this people confusing me with Joe Hill. And I don't want people to think I'm a Joe Hill impersonator either. Like, which is weird.
Yeah, considering I don't know who Joe Hill is.
Good. Okay, so basically Stephen King's son is named Joseph Hillstrom King. And when he wanted a pen name, he shortened his name to Joe Hill. And
Ah.
I was just absolutely incredulous. I was like, no way, man. You've got to be Joe King.
Mm-hmm. Hate it. Hate it.
But this is not a lie. This is actually what happened. And he's got a bunch of books now, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
It turns out if you're Stephen King's son, and you were like the kid at the beginning of, oh no, what's that movie? Creepshow. Yeah. So, I mean, he got started early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, chat. Sorry, Joe. Plushie is being designed as we speak. Well, not as we speak, but plushie is being designed. So new plushie coming out soon.
Is it going to look like a rocket ship?
No.
Is it going to look like an astronaut dog?
No.
Is it going to look like a cow jumping over the moon?
Yes.
Whoa, nailed it. Third try.
What will it look like? There will be snacks involved. So it's like Joe has plenty of plushie ideas for himself. It's true.
No, I have no plushie ideas, and I don't want any. I'm terrified of doing anything like that after hearing one of the Hermit's stories about how he didn't sell enough to make. He basically, in order to finish out the run, he had to buy like 50 of his own plushie, which basically ate all of what would have been the profit. And so it was like a break-even thing. But I'm like, I'm just like, I can't afford to spend all this time on something like that and then not make money, because I'd be losing money by not spending that time setting it up, streaming and recording and stuff.
I
Like,
understand.
I'm break even on everything as it is, or at least I thought I was. My bank now has a thing when you log in that shows how much goes in and how much goes out every month.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been calling this a break even business, but I've actually been losing $100 a month fairly consistently. And those, so it's just like, it's not a great time for me to be like, yeah, let me take a hit on my output to make something that I'll have to buy 50 of in order to produce. Because, like, this is a Hermit who has a bigger audience than I do. And if they can't sell a plushie run, I'm really worried I couldn't.
I understand your concern. But I looked at my old one, and we had very similar audiences back then.
Mm-hmm.
Similar sizes, and I sold 800.
I don't know. I wonder why this person only wasn't able to sell 800, or like, because you need to sell like 500.
You need to sell
right?
like 200.
200. Okay. Well, whatever it is, this person ended up 50 short of the bar to make them at all.
At that, you need to remember what he was doing at that time, which wasn't a lot of Hermitcraft.
Really? Okay.
They were in a slump at that point when they released it.
Gotcha.
So
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a slump, but that might not be true. But like,
yeah,
I don't feel like I'm doing great. I feel like I'm doing okay.
yeah.
But like, I
And
feel
that
like I'm
same person,
surviving.
and that same person has gone on to release others.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I just need more breathing room before I take risks like that.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. And the amount of time spent on this is very small.
Yeah.
For example, I just sent them my skin and a couple of like images that I thought, you know, encapsulated the thing, and they designed it, and then they said, what changes do I need to make? And I said, well, what about this and this and this? And then they went, sure. And then they came back to me with another proof, and it was like, go. So it's a very minimal, I would say maybe an hour.
But you didn't like visit the plant or
Nope.
check the working conditions? Or...
Nope.
See, I don't know. See, this is where I would be losing a lot of time, and maybe I'm just not a very trusting person.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Hope all the snakes have tiny hats. They don't. That's all I'm saying. They don't. But there are individual snakes. Oh, I can name the snakes. I'm pretty sure that they're pretty much going to be named Reginald, Reginald 2, Barry, and Anne. Just in tribute. 200 minimum order is quite low, and the prices are not that crazy. No. I think in the beginning there was something like 500. But now they've got everything sort of working. Time to customize it with your own hats. Yes, that's true. May not be able to surgically add a voice box, but we can make tiny hats. True.
Winder83 says, I wonder if you had to buy your own plushies if they'd let you buy them at cost. I think so, but still, if I had to buy 50 of them to finish out the run at cost, 50 times $1 each would be more money than I have extra of right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that cost was $10. I'm giving up $500 in revenue. If cost was $15, I'd be giving up $750 in revenue. I also just there's also a strong argument to be made that my Minecraft skin isn't far enough from the Steve skin. Microsoft might come after us.
Think that's possibly fair as well.
So, especially now that I've shaved my beard and I'm probably so my skin's gonna go back to looking more like Steve.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Like, that's what's his name? Seth Bling. His skin is Mario.
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
couldn't do a thing on that.
Yeah. So, maybe I could do a water treatment plant plushie. Incredimike says, do something tangentially related. Scar did a jelly plushie. Yeah, I could do a pinball plushie. It's just a cloth sphere. It's just a ball.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to like design a head that was like a goofy looking ball thing.
Yeah, I have to. Could have one of those. What's the guy from the latest Spider-Man movie? He's got the ball head, doesn't he? The metal ball head.
I don't know. I've not seen it.
Oh boy, I feel like his name is like Metallo or something. I don't think that's it though. Mysterio. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Fishbowl guy.
Yeah. Also, I don't know that glasses would work well on the plushie either. So it's not like I could just put glasses on.
I mean, they do make glasses. They make all sorts of little accessories.
Mysterio isn't even from the latest Spider-Man movie. What? The one where they go to England or Europe. I can't keep up. Disney keeps buying companies, and now they make too many movies for me to know which ones are made. Like, I feel like I have a certain capacity to deal with any given company a certain number of hours a year, and I just can't more than that. And so, like, Microsoft is like, do you want to hear about Windows or the Xbox? And I'm like, no. Your entire budget of my time is spent on your product, Minecraft. I'm going to go use a Mac now and not buy an Xbox because I don't have any more brain space for you. Disney owns like 800 things now, and they hit their quota super early in the year, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm done with Disney now. I don't have. There's no more room in my life for any Disney stuff through the next year. So
That
I'll
sounds
worry
about
about it
right.
later. Like, if they want to conglomerate, that's fine, but they have to accept that the consequences are I don't have time for them anymore.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Joe can only watch Encanto once. You refuse to be baited into the question. Huh.
Apparently, the person from Encanto has green glasses,
Yeah, I believe so.
but she doesn't do any green screen work, which is really a wasted opportunity.
I mean, a lot of people aren't into making videos, Joe.
Yeah.
And are definitely not into making things as niche as you are.
Bakura89 says partitioning brain space between multinational companies. That concept I wasn't aware of. It's a great way to save money. Because basically, I'm just like, nope, I have spent enough on Disney for the year. I've spent enough on whatever. I'm done. I'll go revisit this later.
Fair.
Maybe I'll come up with a cool pinball toy thing. I forget what the figures are called inside the machine. Those are called toys. Like the any sort of figurine inside of a pinball machine is the industry term for that is a toy. If it's something that moves like the building in Godzilla that's metal and goes up and down, then that's called a mech or mechanism. If you have a toy that's intended to be struck, like for example, the monster from Stranger Things, when the ramp goes down and then you hit the monster with the pinball, that's called a bash toy, and that has to be designed with 2 extra parts. It has to be designed, well, 1 extra part, I guess. It has to be designed with a sensor to detect if it was hit, like a switch that closes when it's hit by the ball. But then it also has to be designed to be way stronger than a normal toy in the machine. Because, like, if they just mount an X-Wing somewhere in a Star Wars pinball machine, like that you wouldn't normally get the ball, that thing doesn't have to be designed to get hit all the time. Whereas, like, the monster from Stranger Things, where the gate opens up and then or your whole goal to get the points is to smack that thing with the pinball, that bash toy has to be way stronger. And they will test the bash toys by basically creating a scoop at the bottom of a drain with the scoop pointed directly at the toy, and then they'll just let it run for a week and a half, 2 weeks. So the ball will go up the playfield, hit the toy, drain into the scoop, up the playfield, hit the toy, drain to the scoop. They'll put a camera on it, and so they can see based on like a time lapse when it broke or how long it lasted. In theory, it should last the whole 2 weeks, but if they're like, oh wow, that broke on day 2, okay, well, how did it break? That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there's a lot of pinball stuff all at once.
That
But
was, and I stopped listening. That's fine.
Yeah, if I could make a plushie of a bash toy from my pinball machine. The thing is, realistically, anything that I would make a plushie of would be like a space telescope at that point. And those designs are in the public domain because they're created by a federal agency. But I don't know that Joe Hill's fans necessarily want to buy a Kepler Space Telescope plushie or a James Webb Space Telescope plushie. Like, maybe I could, like, put myself outside of it in a spacesuit or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
you absolutely could.
or maybe Joe Hill's in a spacesuit plushie, because that would give an excuse. It's not that I'm not wearing my normal Minecraft clothes, it's just that they're underneath the spacesuit.
That works.
Yeah. There's some sort of angle here. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mathematical Jackal says destructive testing in any industry is almost always fun.
mean, that's true.
Yugexco says, can you maybe simply redesign your character? Yeah. Okay, let's open up Photoshop.
Joe, it's about time to stop, isn't it?
What? We were just gonna open up Photoshop and create an entirely new skin for me in the 5 minutes before I'm supposed to record with False.
Yeah, I know. That's why I warned you before you did that.
It was gonna
Do
look
I
like
play
Scribble
pinball
Scrabble.
too? No. But I'm pleased that Joe has something that he is passionate about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm done on this page as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I've got my head wrapped around some of the design elements of Pixel Rift's museum.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to move forward with that.
Awesome. And I'm ready to start Christmas next week.
Mm-hmm. Yugexco says, I just said hypothetically. The word hypothetically was not in your question. The exact wording of your question was, can you maybe simply redesign your character? Incredimike says, never give Joe a hypothetical because it will immediately just become hype.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
I'm just, it's just like, you know what? I like to,
Yes.
a lot of people are like, Joe, you're very chill. And I'm like, no.
No.
I mean, I'm very chill in like the same way as like a dump truck full of gravel parked on top of a hill is very chill. We can just start pushing buttons anytime. Or we can sit here. Or we can turn the, you know, like there's a lot of potential
Do not
energy.
turn on the Joe dump truck. Bad idea.
There's a lot of potential energy just sitting here.
So next week we start Christmas, guys. We start December.
Whoa.
So November is nearly full.
Yeah.
Keep on turning to things that I just turned to properly. There.
Well, Cleo, it has been fantastic hanging out with you this morning. Thank you for
Same.
putting up with me, even though I'm tired. I think this was actually, can I just say, I think this was one of our more positive streams from an emotional standpoint. I think we managed to keep it pretty upbeat. Like, despite being exhausted, like, I think this one was less of a downer than usual. We did it.
We didn't talk about massive socioeconomic issues.
Yeah, we talked about, water treatment plant tours.
It's a bit nervous upbeat, but yay, yeah, it's like...
Yeah. It was a nervous upbeat, yeah.
It's two people that are very stressed at the moment, just working it through.
But we didn't let it get to us as much as usual, I think.
No, I think we did all right. I think we did okay. I think I did fine.
Better ones.
I think I did fine.
I think I did really well. I'm really proud of myself for this stream. And I'm not going to watch the VOD and be like, oh, nope, this part was terrible, this part was terrible. That's not my problem.
You did a perfectly fine, JT. Thank you for being here. Okay, guys, we're gonna say goodbye to Joe now and head into our separate streams.
Alrighty, bye, Cleo. I'm gonna head into my stream.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.
And now Joe's gone. Tell me what you really think. No, I know what you really think. You guys, yes, the plushie is going to be amazing. It already looks super cute. It's even got a little sleepy snake on the top. It looks adorable. Hopefully it will come out. But yeah. Let's see who we can raid. Oh, I'm sending you to Cam because I can. If you don't want to go to Cam, don't. I'm not going to stop you. So let's... Joe has stalls of potential energy. Yes, Hero, that's great. Bye, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you a lot later. Oh, actually, at 9 o'clock. I'll see you in about 5 hours. Bye!